Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? I have been enjoying this conversation with Jeremiah and Dragonfire. Jeremiah, I speak to the voices in my head too, and there's a lot of voices, but they keep me company, and sometimes they say smart things. So I think it's worth it. I don't think it's a bad idea. I am with you, buddy. I am with you. Strands, dude, you're here. Thank you so much for showing up. Jeremiah, Dragonfire, Strange Raven, Rob, dude, glad you could make it, buddy. Yeah, and I think so. For those of you that were with us yesterday, I feel strongly that I have solved the problems. I feel like I've solved the problems. I don't want to jinx it. But I think we have. So, we've run so many streams that have gone well. I felt like it was probably going to be an easy fix. So here we are. Osmond Ghost, what's up, buddy? Oh, thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it. Have you, can't even remember what I was going to say, but thank you. I appreciate it. John, how's it going? Jets962, what's up, buddy? Thanks for showing up. J0, Steve, how you doing? Shaw, thanks for showing up, buddy. And Matthew Gross, duped your 6-star Carnage. Is he worth to rank 2? I think so much of that depends on your roster, dude. He is a fine champion. He can do some good things. The bleeds can be outrageous. But in general, no, he's not going to see you through the content. He's not going to be like your main lane clearer, but he's good. He's very good at what he does. So, you know what? I have tried a different setup here. Just bear with me for a minute. I tried to set up my screen a little bit differently in order to see a couple things, and I thought it would be better. But now that I'm into it, it is inferior. It is definitely an inferior setup. And so I'm just going to go back to this. And let's see, maybe this will be better. I'm sure this is riveting to watch, and so I apologize for that. But let's see. I think this is the setup. You know how like when you just get it right, it's comfortable, like your pillow, it just fits. That's what I feel like we've got here now. Tom, it's morning for me, buddy. It's morning for me. I am in the California, the Bay Area. Strongy funny man. Your name always cracks me up, buddy. How you doing? Moxie, bud, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. How's life? How's the new year treating you? Duke, how are you doing, man? How are you? Thanks so much for showing up. Bee's Knees, what's up, buds? Dragonfire, dude, I opened 3 features, and the only good champ I got was Spider-Ham. I mean, he's good, but my science roster is way too big. Yeah, that's the thing with roster, isn't it? 5-star Madquake. I'm misunderstanding that somehow. Are you a very good Quake player? Let me know. That'd be awesome. Well, congrats to you. 6-star Torch, 5-star Red Guardian, 6-star Red Guardian, and now him. Yeah, you're set, dude. You're set. You got Torch. You're set. Void could be helpful, but Spider-Ham's really good. Really, really good. I'd like to max. Got it. Maxed out Quake. So you're set. No wonder you're set. All right, that makes sense. Monkey, dude. Hey, you know what, Monkey? Someone was on the server. Chris was on the server asking about the Hulkbuster tip and like how to really set them up so that they'll block. And I found myself being like, oh, Monkey taught me how to do that. So I was teaching him a little bit about the small pause and how you kind of just need to learn to trust it. It feels like it's going to be dangerous at first, but the defender either blocks or if they go to attack, you tend to have time to block yourself and work it out. So that was cool. It was always cool to share on some knowledge that you dropped. So I appreciate it. Moxie, you're doing fantastic. Everything's going great. It's been long. I am not that active too. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Absolutely no worries. And I'm glad to hear everything's going so well for you. That's awesome. Autocorrect is funny, especially when you play like a game like this. Like when I try to send a text out to non-MCOC players and they're like, Fury? Or, I mean, there's just all kinds of things like Dex. What's Dex? So anyways, I find it funny. I got a Marvel Jets 962. I got a 6-star Red Guardian. Is he good? And yeah, without he is good. He is good. He has his limitations. He is good. But you definitely want him awakened and preferably at high skill and at high sig. And his sig is important to do in jumps of 40. It's an unusual one. It's a unique one. You want to do it in jumps and 40. Clyde, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? You got some great news yesterday in the game. Congratulations. John, I made up my mind regarding the featured. Oh, curious to see how this goes. I'll wait for the free featured from the side event, and if I don't get APOC, I'm going to the 6-star featured. Tired of the 6-star basic club. Yep. Yeah, I feel that, dude. I really do. As you know, I put on the server, should I open a few basics and then start saving for the next featured? And I think it was the smart decision. I went with it. And even as I was opening them, I was already feeling like, the only reason I'm doing this is to try to get Fury. There's so many misses in this. And, I got Colossus, which I was really happy about, and I think he's awesome. He's just in a long line of mutants for me to take to rank 3. He's in a very long line of mutants for me to take to rank 3. So we'll see. So I'm with you on that. Fluffy Pig Monster, what's going on, dude? Thank you for showing up. Dragonfire. Oh, also it isn't Dragonfire. It's Dragfire. Both are ready anyway, but you can call me Dragonfire if it's easier. You know what? I think it's just... I think I've gone back and forth. I realized at some point it was Dragfire. Dragonfire just comes out, right? Because, dragons and fire. But thank you for understanding, and I will work on Dragfire. Osmond Ghost, Jets. Okay, is answering the question for... Thank you. I love it when the chat helps each other out. Monkey, even if the opponent doesn't block, he's still power locked. Great point. Great point on that. You know your Hulkbuster, and I've been enjoying the Immortal A-Bomb videos that you've been putting out too. For those who don't know, Monkey has a channel, really puts a lot of great Hulkbuster stuff out there, and starting to do some Immortal Abomination stuff too. Devil Dog, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Clyde, I'm so pumped about getting CGR. Yeah, I was pretty. I knew you got great news on a pool. I was pretty sure it was CGR. I didn't want to be wrong, so thanks for mentioning it. Got to learn them. It does take a bit. There's definitely some nuance in not only like understanding him. You want to make sure you understand his judgment system, so that way you can configure it to the fight and the opponent and their health pool. And so it takes a little bit. It does take a little bit, but it is so worth it. The videos you're seeing are not clickbait. At least the ones I'm aware of. I've put out Legacy, Slayer, and Germ. So I'm not even aware of clickbait ones with him. He's great. He's awesome. He really is what you're seeing. It's true. Zero Frost Ninja, what's up, dude? How you doing? Chop. Hey, Strange Raven, my prestige is 9,200. Is that decent for playing for a year and a half? Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially because prestige is really just for AQ score. That's all it really matters. That's the only thing that it matters for. And so if you want to focus on it, you can. And if you don't really need to, unless you want to play in a high prestige alliance. And that's a whole nother thing. That you need to make sure you really want to do that. And I'm happy to talk about that. That's actually kind of what I was hoping to, as the stream's going, and it's going fine. So I feel confident. I think we're going to go ahead and jump into some gameplay here. But I would love to talk about alliances today a little bit in a general sense. I've gotten some questions recently from people asking me, like, obviously you've progressed in this game. You've probably played in a lot of different alliances. I did leave NY a few months ago to go over to 4 Loki, 2 awesome alliances, just different. And then NY, of course, won the gifting event and got those juicy rewards. And people were like, yeah, do you regret it now? I was like, no, I don't. And because I knew what my reasons were. And I still have a lot of friends in NY, great dudes. And so I would be, but I get a lot of questions too about, hey, I feel like my skill has really improved and my roster has really improved, and I'm starting to outgrow my alliance. What do you think I should do? Because they're my friends, they're my buddies. We chat, we do these various things. And so not only will I miss them if we stop communicating on the daily, but also I'll feel badly. I'll feel badly because I have a high prestige and I'm part of why we get, whatever Q rewards we get, or I'm one of the better war players and now maybe we won't win as many wars. So I would love to just generally talk about that. And if anyone has any general questions on that, please ask. I'm going to do my best to read the chat, of course, and keep up. If I miss a question, please just repeat it. Let's not spam, but don't feel bad that repeating a question. So we'll look at a couple more here. Let's try to answer a few from someone we haven't mentioned yet. Taffrey, hello, first time here. I enjoy this show. Good, dude. Yeah, who doesn't like the big yellow numbers, right? And he's good. He's really good. The more I'm using him in war, those fights can be quite nuanced. The more I'm seeing how he can be tailored and configured for the fight. And then, of course, you're seeing the things with like Labyrinth of Legends and Realm of Legends and things like that coming out too. Zero Frost, how good is iBomb? He's good. Best poison champ in the game. It depends on how you... I think he probably is far as he the best champion that can apply poisons? Probably. Mysterio is also very good. And they apply them differently. iBomb seems to have a more steady poison system that can really build up, where Mysterio in general is more of like this big, massive poison that you build up to. Confusing. What's up, dude? All right, Rohit, I dueled the 6-star through and wrecked them. Open 2 features with Blade and Red Goblin. All right, that's not bad, dude. Those are both good champions, and depending on where you're at, Blade. There was a time I had Blade pretty early on when Act 5 came out. It was like, hopefully you have Blade. Blade would simplify it for you. So depending on where you're at, that's pretty darn good. Patel, thanks so much for stopping by. Strange Raven, I'm focused on EQ more than Alliance War since I have, for the most part, all the champs. Definitely more rank up materials. Yeah. So if you're focused on AQ and you're enjoying it and you really want to improve that, then Prestige is something important for you. Strange MCOC. I think when Loki was just flat out amazing move for you. Yeah, I think so too. I do. I will say I'm enjoying it. One thing what's been interesting for me is I've played this game for so long that I've had a real ebb and flow of my enjoyment of war. I've always liked war. That was the thing that really first got me to take the game more seriously. But I've was with a few rare occasions, I've never been a great player at war. There's a few rare occasions where I did get pretty good. My alliance needed me to do that. And so for the most part, I've taken kind of like, the average fights and what have you. And I wanted to really increase that. I wanted to get significantly better. I feel like I have. You might not see it on the stream, but that's because we're chatting. But and so I wanted to increase my knowledge. I wanted to get that back out to the channel. I wanted to have these conversations. And I had a lot of friends in For Loki, so I went there. And so I feel like the goal has been accomplished. The relevance of all this is I always remembered our top players saying, so many of them saying, dude, I cannot wait till the end of the war season. I am tired and I need a break. And I can relate to that now. This is I think this is really the first time. There's probably been a couple other times over the years where I want a break from war. In fact, I felt it in our last war, where just like the amount of time to properly do the duels, to reset the masteries for each fight, to do the boosting, to really think through the fight strategy, and the time other things. This is the first time I felt that. And so we have 1 week left in war. I'm going to do my best to keep the high intensity of preparation going. And I think we need to win 2 out of the last 3 to stay in Masters. And so I will do my best to do that. And then, I cannot wait for a 2-week break. This is the first time I can really relate to what the players who are going to. And even still, like a big war for me is 8 fights. And we have people who are taking 8 fights every war, or 11 or things like that. So it's all relative. And that definitely factors into your alliance and things like that. Metal Sonic Dude, thank you so much for stopping by. Dude, you did strike gold. I was so glad I made the beginning of that stream. I was so happy I was able to make the earlier part of that stream. Congratulations. Work in progress. Wars by far. I think it is the most interesting, but it is definitely the most stressful. And I think that's part of it too. I've had this like great season. I think I was like 44-1, and my one death, I was like crouching in the bushes I took my family to the botanical gardens. It was an open air space where we could go and the kids could run, and it was just a really nice. We brought a picnic, but we had a fight and I needed to take the fight. I was holding up the whole BG, and it was a Nick Fury fight on ebb and flow knockdown. And I was like, I can do this. And I told my wife, I'm like, look, just give me 5 minutes. And I literally crouching behind some bushes, like I could hear families walking by me and kids being like, what is that man doing? And I'm trying to do this fight. And it didn't go perfectly. I made a mistake. And of course, I got frustrated and then I died. And so that was my one death. But then this last war, just two silly deaths, like early in the morning, and just all the things you're not supposed to do. Didn't think the strategy through well, and I'm like, I just want a break. I just want a break. It was with Dragon Man, so you're pointing out the expenses, dude. Healing up Dragon Man is healing up a boosted Dragon Man is it's not fun. It's not fun. Metal Sonic, dude, war is never static. Yeah, it is, and dude, I absolutely love it. I just am really looking forward to the 2-week break. John, ally question. I would really like to get into Platinum Map 7 Ally, mostly free to play. You're right. Yeah, that's gonna be a struggle. This Sig Champs. That's the problem, right? Prestige. What steps should I take? All my 6 stars are bad. I don't know, man. I would, so in that's a great segue into this. I would really, yeah, strange, like healing up Void. What's up, Syndrome? How you doing, buddy? That's the tough one. There's like no answer to that. I think Brian Grant is doing a great job of illustrating that for all of us. Is like, if you're free to play, there just is not a way to accumulate the 6-star Sig stones. There just isn't, and or at least not a quick way. And so I don't know. I really don't know. I'll admit I don't really enjoy. That's one thing I don't like about this game. I've talked about this before, so I'll try to make this a little quicker. But I really wish Kabam would move to this style of doing deals, right? So a deal comes out. Let's just make it like a deal for 36 stones, 36-star Sig stones, and they're like, okay, this is going to cost $99. You could buy it. You get 30 generic 6-star Sig stones. You can either pay $99 for it, or you could pay 5,000 units. And you can't get the deal both times. You can't buy it with units and with cash. I wish they would move to something like that. I think it still benefits people who are paying money, right? Because $99 in the game economy is less than 5,000 units. However, it would allow people who are free to play or maybe grind the arena and enjoy it, or maybe they're just really good with their units. It would allow them to purchase those same deals. I would really love that. I understand, my understanding of why Kabam wouldn't do that, or what I think is the reason, is that, that wouldn't entice people to spend money. And it's about enticing people to spend money, right? So that's why the $4 deals are always superior, is that they want, as soon as you spend a little bit, you spend $5, then you're more likely to spend 10, and so on and so forth. So I get that. I just don't like it. Because there's really no way around it, John, except for the only thing I can think of is just save up, just save them, try not to use them, but that's not fun. And then once you get those prestige champions, if and when you get them, sink all those 6 stones into them. But that's a really long-term play, and it relies on RNG, which, that could take 3 years. I mean, who knows? So, I don't know. All right. Work in progress. Final Lancet plays exactly and difficulty level as you want. Yep. Couldn't agree more. And fit your schedule. Schedule's so difficult. So difficult. So difficult. Dragfire. But even that probably would be a problem. Some players spend money only for units. So they'd get mad that the unit deal doesn't have the same value as the real money. Let me make sure I understand that. So you're saying that some people spend cash to buy the units, and then they'd get mad that the unit doesn't have. Yeah, but so there's a chance I'm misunderstanding you. Like these conversations, like as much as they're an interaction, they are one-sided. One of us gets to talk, and the other one has to type. But if I'm understanding you correctly, that same hypothetical person could, instead of buying the units, could just buy the deal with cash. Yeah. So they could buy the units if they wanted to. They could buy units and then use those units to buy the deal, but that wouldn't make sense, which I think is your point. Or they could just buy the deal with dollars to begin with. Foxhalla, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. Liam, you have 9 6-star 6 stars. I personally think that it probably is. There's a back and forth on this. Shadow was on the stream a couple of days ago saying he thought it was smarter if your 6-star roster is limited to go more with the basic. The reason being that you're still trying to just generate a bigger roster and them being less expensive. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I think this just comes down to, do you feel lucky? Which side do you feel lucky on? If you feel like that you're probably gonna have good luck with the basic, then yeah. The problem is, and I think the thing to keep in mind is there are still a lot of misses in the basic. There are a significant amount. And actually, now that you've asked the question, I'm talking about it. Let 'em taters. If anyone if anyone has the ability to find this video and link it, he actually did a breakdown of the odds. Now it's subjective because it's what he considers to be the hits and the misses in the basic versus this current feature. But I think he does a great job of analyzing those things, and he obviously knows the game very well. And he broke it down, and the way I interpreted the video, or the way it worked out for me, was that the featured was worth it, even in that scenario. So check that out if you can. All right, we should actually do some questing, I think. It's my general understanding of how it's supposed to work. I don't remember. I don't remember what quest this is. As you can see, I was trying to do a little work for a Spider Ham video. Last night I was trying to do a little work for it. So this is the cosmic one. All right. We'll bring in our mainstays on this. I don't think we're going to need Fury and all. If we need to boost or something, or use items, no big deal. Let's see here. Where is Angela? There she is. And then we got to get Hyperion. He's so good. And let's see. Magneto can also be a problem solver in case we run into something. And I guess we can bring CGR. I don't actually enjoy him in this quest, to be honest. So I appreciate that. I'm really glad to see people mentioning MSD's videos on CGR, him and Slayer and Germ, just knocking it out of the park. Liam, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Marvel game, thanks, buddy. John, you just pulled Torch? Dude, congratulations. I apologize if I just yelled in everyone's ear. John, weren't we having this discussion about potentially pulling Torch? That's amazing. Congratulations, buddy. Work in progress. Is that Tater's video? Thank you so much for linking it. I really do appreciate it. I think it was a great breakdown. Tater's vid. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. Carl, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Great. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. All right. Let's do a little bit of questing here. Let's see what we got. What is this? Yeah. I mean, I don't mind spending items on a stream at all. But there's not minding, and there's just being dumb and walking into a fight that you're just a whole lane that you're not prepared for. So let's try not to do that. Dude, yeah, Dragfire, she just wrecks this stuff. Someone said it on a stream the other day. I think it was Fluffy Pig Monster. Quite a few people. I was struggling with something. I think I was using like Hyperion on like a debuff immune lane or something just, that's obviously not going to work out. And I didn't want to back out because I didn't think it'd be very entertaining to watch that. And they were like, dude, just use Angela. What are you doing? She's not a bad champion too, and this fits her because her I think she has an incredibly high crit rate on her heavy. I think that's one of the nice benefits of her. Yeah, like we're seeing how frequently it's critting. And she's relatively suicide friendly. So it is a win, win, win. Chop, am I doing a path I already did? Is that how little attention I'm paying? I thought I had done that yesterday. That makes no sense. Thanks for bringing that up, guys. Thank you for bringing that up. Like I said, I enjoy I enjoy the talking. I enjoy the talking. Doing a path I already done though, I would have been irritated by that. What's D? That's so funny because I was actually thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm pretty sure we did break through yesterday. Like I recall doing it yesterday. For those that weren't here, yesterday we had some connection issues. I thought they were on the YouTube side in the beginning, and then it became abundantly clear that they were no. They were most definitely on my side of the connections. I think I've got them all fixed out. Cycropsis, thank you. It's been interesting. I obviously I cut it. If you've been with my channel long enough, and that's a long time because we started in like middle of July there. This is how I used to have my hair. It was a little warmer. And then, of course, with it getting a little cooler, I let it grow a little bit on the sides. And then I did that video the other day. And in the video, because I had filmed it over like a week's period of time, there was a couple scenes where, it looks like it does now versus how it looked previously. And I think that was a little startling for some viewers. Got a lot of comments on it. Most of them were very funny, actually. I really enjoyed it. A couple of people saying it looked like I was wearing a hat. All right, let's try to get this Luke down. There we go. Angela destroys, as was said. Build up to SP3 with damage. Her damage scale is based on the number of buffs. All right, I'll try that. You're not the first person to mention that. I usually try to keep her between 1 and 2 bars of power. But let's try it. Let's give that a go. Dragfire, all right, you're in a later time zone, buddy. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. This is when I go, and then I do stream in what's my afternoon, sometimes in the evening, so maybe we'll catch you on the other side. But I really appreciate you stopping by. K-Dog, it's okay. You didn't see me do that yesterday? That's funny. DLL, is that you, buddy? Yeah, it is. I may jump into the test of Discord stuff later, but for now, cool. Yeah, dude, if you have the ability, if it sounds fun, jump in the call. I would love it. I appreciate it. Everything. All signs are go. I'm seeing nothing but green lights for the connections. I think I have it fixed, but it's the internet. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so we'll just build to the SP3 and see what's happening. Brian Peters, just got to rush to the L3 with the Fury. One L3 will take about 50% damage. All right, let's go. And Cycroptis, yep, that's exactly what we're doing. I've just been soloing the boss with Archangel. Dude, he is amazing. He is amazing. This might be a little tougher with because her ability accuracy reduction here. So let's see how this works out. I can't remember with her. Am I just gonna? I'm not able to reparry her, so am I not gonna be able to parry at all against Electra because of the suicides? I really can't recall. I'll look up when I throw the SP3. So if someone remembers the info on that, I would appreciate it. Let's get her to throw her special too. Yeah, and I have no Fury buff. So that may have just, it's 85%. Yeah, I couldn't recall. So that's why I'm just not going to be able to, yeah. But the SP3, as was said by Brian and I believe Stink, you were 100% correct. So thank you for dropping that knowledge for everyone. That was awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Tafre, Black Widow Deadly Origins for the skill, LC for the science, answer for the cause quest. So fun with the Cav EQ. Yep. Black Widow Deadly Origins. I haven't thought about trying her. I've been enjoying Squirrel Girl. I would imagine they're good for very similar reasons. I'm reading the chat, but I'm seeing an abomination. This could be a problem. Oh no, Hyperion. We got Hyperion. That's why we brought Hyperion, folks. As we said yesterday, the guy is just one of those champions who, if you've got room, fit him on the team. I feel that way about Guardian too, Captain Canada Guardian. If I've got room, I will fit him on any team I can. It doesn't matter if I'm running suicides or not. It's pretty much very similar to Hyperion. Hyperion obviously brings the poison immunity, but he also, what did we use him for yesterday? I think it was an Electro, and we just used our SP1 to get Electro down. Of course, we took a little bit of damage, but not too much. And then regular Guardian Captain Canada with his energy resistance, doesn't matter if we're running suicides or not, it just benefits the whole team. I can never remember A-Bomb's special animations. I think I have a little like PTSD with Abomination. The first real, I hate saying real, the first like super serious alliance I ever joined, I was put in an AQ where I had A-Bomb as the first fight, and I just kept dying to him over and over, and it was really embarrassing. Vega, I don't know if you knew this, but Squirrel Girl is too OP for the skill EQ. I love Squirrel Girl in that. I like her in general, but I like the character. I like the character. I enjoy. There's a show she's on called Marvel Rising. It's on YouTube and on Disney Plus, and I enjoy watching that with my kids. And she's just a fun character. I think it's probably very similar to her in the comic books still. So. Yeah, Stink, you're right. Yeah, that's cool. I think I'll try that. All right. Robin, hey, Vega, how's it going? Who's better, Daredevil Hell's Kitchen or Daredevil Heaven's Living Room? I don't know. You know what? Fluffy Pig Monster's showing me some stuff. He's got a couple of videos out of Daredevil's Hell's Kitchen doing some pretty cool things in the game. I think it's in Labyrinth of Legends against Red Hulk. So he's I don't know. He's got some uses. I think it's not what we were hoping for, obviously. But he has uses, and I'm just hoping it's taking time. My hope is that it's just taking us as a community. It's taking us a little bit of time to just fully realize what those uses are. So we'll see. But then, whatever. It's fine. Sorry for the spoiler. I finally did take Kingpin up to rank 2 yesterday because I really want him to be good. And I've got 2 skill. I have 2 skill tier 5 CC. And I am saving 1, right? If you've seen my video, that's my plan of how am I going to stay on top in prestige. I don't have the highest prestige in the game, but I have the highest prestige in my alliance. I do enjoy doing that. I spend a lot of time and resources getting there. So I would like to stay up there if possible. And I have a skill awakening gem. I think I have like 85 skill, 6-star Sig stones. And I have the tier 5 CC. I am hopeful, and I think there's reason to believe, it's not ridiculous to think, that a very high prestige 6-star skill will come out this year, hopefully in the early half of this year. And I want to just jump on them, and I want to awaken them, and I want to take them to R3. And I think that'll be our next big hunt. For those who aren't familiar, sometimes I do these big hunts, which is opening crystals, obviously, but hunt sounds a lot better to me. It sounds more fun. And so I have this extra tier 5 CC skill sitting around. I would love to just take Kingpin up. whatever reason, I was having difficulty with Temptation yesterday, and I almost did it. And I went on KT1 stream, and I was like, KT1, please remind me why I should not R3 Kingpin now. And he had the perfect answer. He's like, Old Man Logan. And I was like, that's right. Oh, I mean, Old Man Logan's good. Don't get me wrong. He's a fine champion. He's good. But if he's not who I would want to take to R3, at least not right now. And so I thought that was just a great example. You know, I kept thinking of the Daredevil's Hell's Kitchen, but I feel like there's going to be a use for him at some point. Or at least there's a chance that we just haven't realized it. Where with Old Man Logan, we've had plenty of time to go through Old Man Logan. We're aware of what he can do in general. You know, I'd be very surprised if someone discovers a secret use for him that no one else has at this point. And so that talked me off the ledge. And I did not take my Kingpin to R3. Right? I mean, like Magneto, the way he's doing, it's so easy to hope for the buff to be of a Magneto level, a Hulkbuster level, a Venom level. A lot of people forget that Venom was reworked. Yeah, you can't do that anymore, can you? I just lucked out. DL, didn't you used to be able to do that? Cancel the heavy into the SP1? All right, let's try to finish this guy off. Oh, no stun. There we go. We got him finished off. All right, let's see. Should I rank for my Dragon Man, Nick Fury, Quake, or She-Hulk? Those are all really great options. I don't recall all the variants, but isn't there a variant where robots, or maybe it's tech. And I just think of it as robots because at the time Dragon Man didn't exist. And then there's also the extra large champions really benefiting from it. But those are all great champions. I really don't think you could go wrong in general rank for all of them. Fury and Quake, I think, are a little bit higher up in the rankings. At least they are in mine. She-Hulk is fantastic, though. And I really like Dragon Man, and he's very, very unique. So I think you could take any of them. Work in progress. I use I-Bomb and A-Bomb with Red Guardian in the Science Quest a lot. Okay, looks like we're answering some questions. Thank you. I love when that happens. All right, cool. John Lash, I don't think Kingpin will be too good after the buff. At the end of the day, he's still just Kingpin. Hulkbuster, Colossus, and Mags are all got it. You know, I would go with that, except Kabam just doesn't always stick to that. I mean, like, look who the two best champions in the game are. I think it's Ghost and Quake. So I hear you, and that makes a lot of sense. And maybe you've caught on to something that they're doing with the reworks. But with just champions flat coming out, I don't know. Like Dragon Man. And I apologize. And I will never. So back in my day when I was a kid, we called them posers. I'm not going to be a poser. I'm not going to claim that I know all the comics and I've read them all. I haven't. In fact, I missed out, and I'm trying to catch up on that now. In fact, there's a great question for you all. I posted it in my Alliance chat the other day, and I got some really good feedback on it. Sorry, I just remembered that I forgot to set a timer. That is really important to me. And I need to do this, so I apologize. But we're almost there. Timer is set. Okay. Kershaw, what's going up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. Here's the question: I've decided that I would like to read. At least I think this is what I'd like to do. I would like to read either I think it's Miguel O'Hara, so Spider-Man 2099, or I can't think of his name. Darn it. But it's a teenage Cosmic Ghost Rider. I think it's the newest one. It's Robbie. I think it's Robbie something. Is anyone a really big fan of either of those? And if they are, Tell me why you think they either might be good for me to start off with or not, right? I got a lot of feedback on that yesterday, and I would really, really appreciate it. Katie Candy, how you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Kingpin is also getting a buff, but not an overhaul. Yeah, but you know what, Katie? Well, one of the reasons I'm really excited, Robbie Reyes, thank you so much. Thank you. I was really missing the name. So which one of those would be better for me to just start off with? Just so you know, most of my knowledge comes from the MCU and watching shows with my kids. Like I said, I love Marvel Rising. It is awesome. It is great. And I feel like I'm catching up on stuff I missed out on, but it's never too late to start. Are either of those bad to start off with? And just again, for context, I have started reading Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and I actually really like it. I love it. So I don't know. Yeah. So for what that's worth, I'd appreciate the knowledge. All right. Another exhilarating Magneto fight. Oh, but Katie and John, here's the thing though, is I believe Bam John, and I went back and I watched it, said that he thinks Kingpin will be the most fun of those February buffs, the most fun to play. And I know not everyone loves it, but I think Kabam did an amazing job with Book 2, with Act 7. I think it genuinely is fun. And so I'm extrapolating a bit there. I get it. I think I am. I would not. There's a reason why I have not ranked Kingpin yet. But when I hear Kabam employees saying this champion will be the most fun out of 4 being buffed, that kind of gets me excited. That kind of gets me really, really excited. Tafre, I just know the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, so I wouldn't be able to help. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This is kind of what I'm reading a little bit as I scroll through. This feels similar to what I got in my Alliance line chat too. I haven't read any of the newer stuff, only read the older comics. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go with the Spider-Man. And then I would love to talk about it. I know that there is some speculation that with that map that Kabam put out of the champions recently, that we might be getting Spider-Man 2099. So that also increased my desire to prioritize reading that one. Roxas, I apologize for probably mispronouncing it twice. Hey, Vega, what are your thoughts? I've currently got 2 R2 Mystics. Ooh, cool. I love the Mystic class. I've already got an Awakened Man thing. Congratulations. And Awakened Morningstar. Congratulations. Should you use them? The way I'm interpreting the question, those are your 2 6-star Mystics. They're both quite good. They both have their uses, for sure. Morningstar for me is a champion that's difficult to use because the initial rank up for me is difficult. I have not played her in a long time, though. I was not nearly as good at the game as I am now when she came out. And so that might be part of why I found the rank up or the ramp up to be so difficult. Do you have any unawakened Mystics? I think they're both good. It's just that's such a precious resource. I think you really want to make sure you're using it and getting the most out of it. So if you like those champions, or if you need them for content, if they're really going to help you get through some content, or it's a game and you just really want to rank one of them and it's fun, then go for it. Otherwise, I would always suggest being conservative on that. Take your time. Tafre Commander said Daredevil Kitchen is pretty good damage to us, so I am a bit skeptical of taking his word. Excellent point. Excellent point. I am pulling from the Future 600, hoping to get Dragon Man and Longshot. Yep, they're both great. Dragon Man is so unique. I actually took him to rank 3 over champions that I think are maybe superior, but he's very good. I think he's great, and he fits into a roster very well. He helped fill holes that I had in my roster. Wow. Baby Champ, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. Let me update this. making sure I get it right. I believe I have. Thank you so much, dude. And your openings have been awesome lately. Congratulations on the little one. That is such an amazing, amazing thing in life. I am a parent myself. I have two children. And as difficult as everyone said it would be, they were definitely correct. But it is the most rewarding thing I believe I will ever do. And so congratulations on it and the new year. I'm really enjoying your channel and the way you're presenting things. And you know what, dude, is I hope you'll remember this. You asked me a question like 3 or 4 months ago on a crystal opening. And I really liked how respectful you were with it. It felt like a genuine exchange of ideas. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about a lot of different things. And maybe we could talk privately someday if it's ever interesting to you. But I appreciate you asking that question and the way you went about it. So thank you so much. Katie, my thing is never rank up until I play with the champ. Yep, that's also smart. I don't want to waste resources on regretful. Yep. And I don't think you were here yet. KT1 partially, well, he didn't partially help me. He did really help me. I asked him on his stream the other day about, I was like, dude, I want to take Kingpin to rank 3 now. I'm feeling very impatient. Please tell me why I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, please. And he just, in a one-word answer, he said, Old Man Logan, which I thought was awesome. Because, that was a nice buff. The champion got significantly better, but not someone that I would want to take to rank 3 right now. So I watch this will be the time where I mess up somehow. Yeah. As I said, this will be the time I mess up. And so I did. But aside from this, I have managed to solo her every time with Archangel. Obviously not now. And the whole point is, and what I wanted to show everyone was that's how you mess it up. But also, Archangel's abilities, I always thought he was completely immune to ability accuracy reduction. He's not. He's not. And this node helped me figure that out because he got the concussion or the disorient or whatever it is. And I was trying to figure out why. Is that he is immune from that happening from your opponent's abilities. So the node itself can still reduce his ability accuracy. I think it's important to keep in mind. All right, let's see if we can zerg this gal down. Yeah, looks like Cosmic Ghost Rider. What do you know? Cosmic Ghost Rider is good in this game. Is anyone aware of that? I that's interesting. Aiden, that is how I feel about Captain Marvel movie. I have her as a 5-6 star, and I haven't ranked her up, and I prefer using Hyperion. Yeah, I really like. Wet Noodle, you crack me up, dude. Okay, back. I gotta focus. Yeah, I like Captain Marvel movie a lot, and we actually went at this at length, talking about her versus Hyperion. Their similarities, of course, they're both in the cosmic class, so it makes sense to compare them and have questions about one versus the other. I like her a lot, though. I do think having Nick Fury as her travel partner is what just accentuates her enough to maybe push her above Hyperion. But then you've got to have them both as the 6 stars or the 5 stars. There's a lot there. I prefer to look at them as just separate champions. And why not do both if possible? Baby Champ, thank you. That is really kind of you to say. And this is your third. I remember you saying this was your third. Yeah, you got to retire at some point, right? Like, they are a reward and they're a gift, but there's a lot. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work that I feel like no one can prepare you for. As much as people say it's a lot of work and whatever, it's impossible to really prepare someone for it. They've got to just do it for themselves. So, yeah. I do remember, and if you use line, contact me anytime. I enjoy thoughtful conversations. Same here, buddy. Baby Champ 33. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Donovan Manel, hello. How are you? K Dog, I read all of Katie's comments with a giggle at the end. All right. RR, you can Ronin cheese Jubilee. Yeah, that would make sense. You probably could. He's such a great example of for me for the call class. Like he was ideally who I was thinking of when I did my champions rankings, where I thought these champions have a use. They're just not who I think you really want to spend all your resources on ranking up. They're not going to clear. They're not going to be your lane clearer, but they have a use, and I think they deserve to be ranked accordingly. All right. Okay, let's just build to this SP3. I'm not sure what it is about streaming. I realized I have a tendency to keep my left thumb significantly farther away from the screen than when I'm playing the game. I think it's just like war, like we were talking about. It takes so much concentration and preparation. I often will even just come into this room that you guys are looking at, and just for like total isolation. I don't want any distractions. So I think it's just that. All right, let's finish this dude off and move on. Psychroptics, you got to go. It was nice catching up. Dude, thank you so much for stopping by. I do really appreciate it. The Shadow Moses. Is it dad talk time? I'm having my first in June. Oh, dude, you know what? That's great. I hope this comes through properly. I am glad you are terrified, because to me that means you know that you're taking on a big responsibility. I tell my daughter this all the time. I'm like, she's like, well, I'm really scared. I'm really scared. I was like, oh, that's good. She's like, well, what do you mean? How's it good? Why is it good that I'm scared? And I was like, because if you weren't scared, that means you're insane. You're about to do something scary. Like, it shows that you appreciate and understand what's about to happen. And then this is your chance to be brave. That's what being brave means. Being brave means there's something you want to do, there's something important, and you're scared to do it, but you do it anyway because you know it's important, and you're not going to let being scared stop you. So there you go.
That's what heroes do.
That's what heroes do. And then I hand her a comic book, and I'm done being a dad for the day. What's up, DL? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. I stepped away for a minute. Did you see my my response on the Hyperion heavy cancel thing?
No, I did not. I did not.
You still can do it. You just have to do it very quickly, almost immediately after the first punch lands.
Got it. Okay. Hey, so this is really weird. Hey, if anyone in the chat could tell me, how is the stream? How is the quality of the stream at the moment?
Yeah, I just heard a bit of it. I mean, I'll drop off if it's a problem. But...
You weren't in Discord long, were you?
No. I just let you go for about a sentence.
Yeah, I saw you. So I've changed my setup in Scream. Katie, okay, thanks. All right, let's just go ahead and stick with it. Have some fun. DLL. So you have to cancel earlier than you used to, or has it always been that way?
Yeah, well, I think it might have always been that way because I first figured it out, and I know a lot of people tested it against Winter Soldier, who I'm not sure how much of this is him and how much of it is Realm of Legends. I think it's a bit of both, but he does not block very quickly.
Yeah.
And so if you learn the timing on him, then you try it against somebody like Blade, you're gonna bleed.
Got it.
And then get hit in the face.
I am actually starting to.
But I found that just after.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, just after the first punch works for the L1 and the L2 against pretty much everyone, as far as I can tell.
Okay, I am strongly considering making like a hard and fast rule of just not going into Realm of Legends at all anymore, unless I want to farm potions or it's like a speed run or something like that.
Yeah.
It drives me insane. And there's the temptation for any sort of video. Like I'm having this right now for Dragon Man, of wanting to be like, but see, look, if you really open him up, here's all the damage he can do. But yeah, I don't know how to say this without it coming across negative.
I'm completely with you though, because it's I haven't gone in there in months, maybe even years, except to farm potions, because I don't find it. I mean, you know this for me. I'm really, really big on the rhythm of a champion. Like, that's one of the reasons I like Hyperion, I like Magic, Killmonger, Claire. Like, all of my favorite champions are about rotations and rhythms and figuring out like how to get them set up best and to respond to fights that way and feeling like I'm in the zone. You can't do that with Realm of Legends because the AI is slow and passive and blocks a lot, but it also doesn't punish you. So it just, yeah. Well, let's see. Monkey says Realm of Legends testing is why Immortal A-Bomb is considered bad and Spider-Ham is considered insane. That's probably a good point. Yeah, it definitely distorts a lot of things. Okay, you're saying Ham is impractical in content? That, I don't know. I'd be curious. I'm still hoping to pull him.
So, Monkey, I hear you, buddy, and that's why I was stopped. Is I was like, there is very practical reasons and uses for testing in Realm of Legends. So I didn't provide enough nuance in that. Spider-Ham, I was wondering the same thing too. I felt like he was a pure indulgence rank up for me, but I'm starting to use him in Act 7 a little bit more for a video, and if you can do damage without having to even throw your own specials, there's a use for that. There is a use for that, and I'm finding it.
Yeah, Quake and Archangel would like a word.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't want to say that he's them, but
no, I know.
but yeah, I found, like I said, I'm finding uses. Also, his having 2 taunts I think is a really big deal, and then his guaranteed evade to just be able to pull it out when you want to is, I've found that to be really helpful. In fact, he is one of my favorite champions to use while streaming, because I'm often not paying full attention. And so there will be a lot of moments in a fight where I'm like, oh, I just made a huge mistake. And he saves me from it, either with his taunt or with that automatic evade. And then as Katie's pointing out, Spider-Ham is practical for champs that throw a lot of specials. Yeah. All of this damage comes from... So, Katie and everyone. So we're starting to see Dragon Man bosses every once in a while. I feel like we're more and more seeing... Apocalypse bosses these days. I think it's very clear that Cosmic Ghost Rider is going to destroy Killmonger bosses. And I was wondering if Spider-Ham would be able to handle Dragon Man bosses because of the point Katie's bringing up. Now, it'd be a little scary because you can't stun him. So you might end up with Roasted Pig. But I think it could work out really well, too. I don't know.
I think one thing that gets forgotten sometimes about an unstunnable Dragon Man is that you can parry the first hit of his L1, completely remove the power charge, and then safely dodge the rest of it without triggering Stubborn.
Wait, what? One more time?
So when fighting Dragon Man, because I end up against him on Stunning Reflection, and also especially Path 9, where you can't stun him at all, like on the one eye open one.
Okay.
And if you get used to it, it becomes pretty reliable. You can parry that first, I think it's the tail hit of his L1, and then the way the animation works out, you can dodge the entire rest of the special without triggering Stubborn, so you can go in right after it. And because one hit of the special made contact, he loses his power charge.
Ah, okay, because of the special. I thought you were. I misunderstood you the first time. That's a really smart play, though, nonetheless. Um,
I
yeah,
think a lot of people do what I did at first fighting him in war, which is just when he threw specials, you would just back up, back up, back up, back up, trying to get away from him. And then you would wonder, why does he have another special ready? Well, because it didn't make contact and remove the power charge.
yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm checking something out real quick. I apologize. All right, I'm back.
See, homie says, but if a champ throws specials a lot like hype, why wouldn't you rather She-Hulk? Well, here's the thing, both would have their place. I mean, I'm a big fan of She-Hulk and the way that she just, ramps those Furies up forever, especially against big champions. But she doesn't have the best crit rate in the world. So what if that's like a Hyperion with 90% armor? She-Hulk might struggle to get through it, or crit resistance, like Aspect of Evolution. But the power stings would cut right through it. Also, if you have to dance for a little longer and She-Hulk's Furies drop off, you start over. But isn't there something about Spider-Ham where it's like he keeps track of how many he's applied the whole quest or something?
Not whole quest, it's whole fight. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's like Killmonger's SP3 with the bleeds.
Yeah. So I could see reasons to use both of them, because I am a big fan of She-Hulk and her taunt, but
I also think that's a fair question, though. Sorry, no. I think that might be a fair question on. Yeah, you could bring him, but I currently think a champ like She-Hulk is probably superior. So see what happens when I talk and play. It's kind of like for me with Elsa Bloodstone, where like I really like Elsa, and there's some nodes that she could be used for with those ebb and flows and things like that. But if you use her for that, you now have Elsa Bloodstone for the rest of the war, where you could have a Doom or a Magic. And that doesn't mean Elsa's bad, it just means she might not be as good as those other ones.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know.
I mean, again, I do think that once you really get used to the rotations between her ammo, that Elsa is... I mean, we had this discussion, me and Work in Progress. I think that she is simultaneously overrated and underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think she's overrated by people who first open her up and are like, oh, wow, damage. But I also think that she's underrated by people with really broad rosters who just played with her, saw her limitations, but didn't like fully figure her out.
And which one do you think I fall into, out of curiosity?
I think you still might be underrating her, but I respect your reasons for doing so.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the other thing is, part of why I like her, similar to, I remember what you were talking about with Spider-Ham, is the way that the kit just kind of comes together. Because like we've been talking about Spider-Ham and we haven't even touched on the unblockable yet, which is so important. Like, I've thought about that several times while testing Storm Pyramid X. If her unblockable was a little easier for her to get off of the heavy, then charging that heavy would be so much more useful. Like there's so many champions you play where you're like, if this one thing worked a little bit differently, they would be significantly better.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way when playing Elsa, really, and it sounds like you don't feel that way playing Spider-Ham, and so therefore, even if they're not the best champions in the game, I will always have a soft spot for them, because it's like, oh, these are well designed, they do what they do well, and that's all you can ask for. You know where they stand. Yeah,
100%. And you know what? And I think you made a great point about someone like me who claims to not see the value in Elsa. Is we probably, like you said, had a broad roster, so the things that she can solve, we had these other champions that could do it for us, and then as a result, we didn't really dive in to her.
Yeah.
which I should do one day. But there's just so many champions to really dive
Oh, I
into.
know. The only reason I did dive into her so much is because, as you know, our alliance leader at Savage Squad has a rank 3 who he loves. And I was like, and I respect him, so I was like, is he crazy or should I try this? And I just like, I think I had a gem or something.
Yeah.
So I took her to rank 5 on a lark, and then I just did a bunch of questing with like her and only her. And so it was like I had picked a new champion, and I was like, this is going to be my next rank 3. I need to learn them fully.
Yeah.
And then I was pleasantly surprised and impressed. But that's not how everyone's going to do it, nor is it how everyone should do it.
I just did your cancel the heavy on the right after the first hit. I did it into the SB2, and it worked like a charm, like you were saying. So, Man Falcon, what's up, buddy? Thanks so much for stopping by. Are the tokens in? Yeah, they should be, right? They should have come in 34 minutes ago.
Yeah, I got mine.
And then I already got them. Okay, cool. So people are up on that. Chop, Havoc, or X23 to rank 4? Just got Havoc. Havoc. Oh, or Gambit. I'd probably still say Havoc between those. But I know people really like Gambit, and I think Gambit might be suicide friendly. If I'm, we should confirm that. Fusky, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. We're going to be signing off very soon, but thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We talked a little bit about alliances earlier, and that's something that I want to continue to do. I don't think we don't have time to really dive into it, but a lot of fun alliance talk. So, yeah. All right, let's see if I can get the solo. It's funny. I was saying that I've always soloed Jubilee with Archangel, and then just totally ruined it. What did I do there? I wasn't paying full attention. Did I mess up or something somehow?
I don't think so.
Yeah, she just did a ton of damage on her SP2.
Oh, that I wasn't fully one.
Yeah. But this was a good learning experience for me, taking this fight, because it's the node that places that disorient, in which case you actually can have Archangel's ability accuracy reduced. I thought he just couldn't. I thought he was like Mysterio, but nope, he can. It's from
champions cannot.
Yeah, yeah. Really interesting stuff. Yeah.
Chop says trying to get Cav, but only have like 18 5-stars and 1 6-star. At first I was like, oh, 18 rank 5s? Yeah, you'll be fine. But, yeah, that would be a bit of a stretch, but...
Yeah, take your time, dude.
Yeah, content is so much more fun if you wait until it's maybe not quite as account making as it used to be, but it's, a little more achievable.
Yeah, I agree. So time-wise, I don't think it makes sense to jump into another quest. Were there any other questions? Have we missed anything?
Let's see, Wet Noodle said, seriously considering R3ing Elsa, or the player, more I play her, the more I like her. Good. You should feel that way about somebody you take to rank 3.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? I just realized I was wondering what happened. I see that Seaton is streaming. Thank you to everyone who stuck by. That was really cool of you. And those like 4 people are like, "What? Seaton streaming? We gotta go." But I do really appreciate it. It is time for me to go anyway. And so I really appreciate it. This is so much fun for me as always. I would say we should raid Seaton, but I mean, there's 1,900 people watching it. So go check them out if you're up for it. Thank you so much, DLL, for stopping by. It looks like we got the internet issues fixed out, or at least for today. And so this is that time. This is the time of day that I'm hoping to stream on a very, very regular basis, and I will continue to put that out on the various things. Katie, thank you so much for stopping by. I think I was able to figure out the issues on my own, so that's why I didn't reach out. There was a couple of things where I was like, oh, I should probably update OBS. It's been telling me it needs to be updated. So, just kind of one of those like, why didn't I think this through earlier type of stuff. So I appreciate you though. Like I said on the stream yesterday, so many people have told me how kind you are and helpful to the community. So I appreciate it. Hen, thank you so much for stopping by. Unfortunately, we're signing off here though. But thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Shadow Raid. I'll admit, you caught me here. Yeah, updating OBS probably helped. K Dog, Shadow. DL, I can hear you typing. Are you able to?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Shadow. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
Here, I'll put it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll check you out tomorrow, hopefully at this time, but I will confirm that on YouTube. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
Later, guys.